Fans, AJ here. In this video, I'm going to cover how to build an operational period data package for a wildfire incident. In a previous video, I covered how to use a PC or Mac to build data packages. In this video, we'll only be using the Android device. In this scenario, you're assigned to the Tahoe National Forest on the mosquito incident. There is no official support for ATAC, nor do you have someone remote building data packages for you. Next, let's cover some of the additional applications that makes building data packages easier. There are some additional applications that make building these data packages easier. We'll cover them now. The first thing you need is a web browser. I'm opened up on CAL FIRE's box.com website where they share their incident data when they have an IMT assigned. And this is the federal government ftp.wildfire.gov site, which we'll be using later on in this video, getting our data from the mosquito incident. Many times incidents share their data over some sort of web-based portal, and you'll need a web browser to get there. The next application I find helpful is called Bulk Rename and Group. There is a free version with ads and a pro version without ads. Additionally, you want to be able to get to a file explorer that's on your device. This is the stock My Files application that comes with the Samsung Galaxy S4 tablet, but you'll be able to browse files and get to your downloads folder to make sure that files that you've downloaded off either box.com or the federal FTP site have made it onto your device. Now it's time to make our data package. Let's hit the app switcher and open up Chrome. Open Chrome and we've gone to the ftp.wildfire.gov site. Let's click on incident specific data. We'll go to the California North folder, click on 2022 federal incidents, and then click on the mosquito folder. This is the typical folder structure you'll see on the FTP site, minus this QR Maps folder. Let's click on the QR Maps folder and learn more about it. The QR Maps folder is where some incident management teams store map data that are linked to QR images. This will be updated daily, so the QR image always has the most up-to-date mapping data. Not all incidents will use this QR folder. Let's go back to the parent directory and look at where the maps are typically stored. They'll be in the GIS folder and then under products. And here you'll see a list of the daily map products. For this scenario, we're building a data package for September 15th. We'll click on September 15th and you can see all the map products. You notice there are more map products in here than there were in the QR folder. That's because not all of these maps are tied to a QR image. Let's click on the maps that we want to bring into our daily data package. I'm going to click on the Ops IR map and it will start downloading. I can see the progress of the map as it's downloaded. Once it's downloaded, the Android device will start opening it up into a PDF viewer. We'll see that happen now. Here is the Ops IR map in this PDF viewer. I can click the app switcher and close that out and go back to Chrome and then click on the rest of the maps that I wish to download. I'll click on Ops North, Ops South, the Ops Day map, and the transportation map. All of these will start downloading and I can see individually as they progress and download. They all will open up a PDF viewer. I can close those out and go back to the parent directory. In addition to the maps we just downloaded, I'm also interested in an IR overlay. I'm going to click on the IR folder, click on the IROPS folder, and browse to the 15th folder. I'm interested in this KMZ that I can bring into ATAC as an overlay. Click on the file and it will begin to download. Let's go back to the parent directory. In addition to the maps and the IR overlay, I'm also interested in getting the IEP into my data package. It should be noted that not all incidents post their IEP to the FTP site. It could be a third-party location that you'll have to get access to. But on this incident, they are posting the IEP to the FTP site. So click on the IEP folder, and let's go to old IEPs and go back to the 15th. So the 15th, 16th original, and have this downloaded and it opened up in my PDF viewer. Let's go back to Chrome. Go back to the parent directory. At this point, I have all the files I want to bring in my data package. We'll ensure they're all there by going to My Files and going to my Downloads folder. You can see that I have my IAP, I have the KMZ that I'm going to bring in as an IR overlay, and the 5 maps that I had downloaded. The next thing we're going to do is open up the bulk rename and group application. I'm going to use App Switcher and move to the application. Once I'm in the application, I'm going to click on Device Storage and browse to my Downloads folder. You can see the same files that we just viewed in the My Files section are also here. The reason I like to use this application is it's really easy to rename these files. The reason I like to rename the files is because the gstop naming convention is pretty long and get confusing in ATAC. Let's take a look at this ops map here. The name of the map is ops, and then it has ArchE, which is the paper size. Then it's in landscape orientation, which really isn't important to us. Then the date and time that it was made, also not important. Then it has the incident number, not important to us. And then it has the date or the operational date that the map should be used, which is super important. So we can use this application to take all of these files, including the IAP, the IR overlay, and our 5 maps, and rename them quickly. Our next step is to relabel these files. I'm going to click the files I'd like to relabel. So I have the IAP, IR overlay, and our 5 maps. And down below, I'm going to click the arrow and go from input to action. And now I'm on action. I'm going to create a new configuration. I'm going to hit save, which will pop up in the new configuration. And we can call this the mosquito configuration. And this will allow you to save this configuration. So when you need to do this for your next operational period, most of this will be done. You'll be doing some very minor editing. I hit save for mosquito. And we're interested in adding some data as a suffix at the end of the file. So we're going to click on add suffix, and then we're going to put in ca-tnf. I've already typed mosquito a number of times, so I can hit mosquito. Next thing I'm going to do is type map, because most of these are maps. This saves me time later. I'll put the dash, type XX, that'll be the map's name, and then I'm going to put today's date, 09/15/22. And I'm going to go up and make sure I hit save. So that saves this configuration. Next step is to go to the output. So I'll click the arrow to the right, and it shows all the files I'm going to rename. I'm going to click on replace files. I don't need them duplicated. I just want those original file names with that extension at the end. So I'll hit start, and operations are complete. And now I can go back to all the files here. I can see we'll start at the top with IAP. There's original name, and then it added ca-tnf mosquito map -xx dash, and then today's date. From here, we're going to rename them. We'll start with the IAP. I'm going to hit rename. I mentioned we use map because most of these files are maps. We'll go here, We'll list this as an IAP. And then I'm going to hold down, and I want to get this to select all. That's my goal. All right, we've selected everything. I'm going to drag this over. Then we have the option to cut, and then I'm going to hit rename. And now it's renamed that file. I can do the same thing for this KMZ. It is also not a map. This is an IR overlay. Got IR overlay in there. And then I want to select all of this, drag this over, hit cut, rename, and now there's rename. Now we'll do this first map one, and then I'll fast forward through the rest. This is the ops map. So I'm going to scroll over to the right. I'll leave map, and I'll just type in ops. And I will select all. And hit cut, and then rename. And then I'll scroll through the rest of these. All right, all these files have now been renamed, and we're going to go to ATAC and build that data package. We'll use App Switcher. Go back to ATAC, and now we want to build this data package. I keep the data package icon up in my toolbar. That's the fourth icon from the left, or yours might be in your overlay toolbar. Open up data packages. Now what we want to do is create a new one. We're going to do that by clicking the plus sign. And what we're going to do is use the file select, since all of these are sitting in our downloads folder. So I click file select, and right now it's looking at the downloads folder. Although it does say SD card, that is not an SD card that is actually in my device. To ensure you're in the right folder, you can always click this icon on the left, looks like a little phone, scroll down to download, and then you're in your downloads folder. Filter by date, and this shows the latest files that you've put in the download folder. We're going to select all of these files that we just renamed. I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to build a new one. We're going to rename this CA-TNF mosquito. And then I like to add DP here. I know it's a data package. And then 09 15 22, and click build. And now it's taking all those files, zipping them up, and creating this data package. And now we can scroll down here and see our data package. Although we've built the data package, we're still not done yet. Let's click on the data package to finish it out. You can see all 7 items are listed here. Let's click on the IAP to ensure it rendered correctly. So open up in a PDF viewer. All right, let's go back to ATAC. Next thing we want to do is turn on the IR overlay. We can click on the Google Earth symbol. And now that has been unzipped and rendered. I can turn off its visibility. The next 5 items are our GeoPDF maps. Currently they have the PDF icon next to them, meaning that ATAC hasn't decided if that will be imagery or an image overlay. We want to choose image overlay so we can drape it over this Google imagery on the left. I'll click on the first map. I'll choose image overlay. You notice it brings in an outline of the map. I'll do that for the remaining maps. Each map will get its own outline. If you'd like to turn the outlines off, you can go to the Overlay Manager, Image Overlay, and turn outlines off. Let's go back to Data Package. Next thing we'll do is we'll check to see at least one of the maps is rendering. Let's check the ops map. I'll zoom in and allow the ops map to start rendering. Be sure to give ATAC time to render. You can see now we have the ops map rendered. I know that the rest of the maps are georeferenced because of this image overlay. If the map wasn't georeferenced, ATAC would not recognize it as an image overlay. We're going to toggle that off. Next thing we're going to do is hit the Save button. This will save the data package exactly as it is now. So it has all the maps turned off as well as the IR overlay. That's important because some of these data packages can become very big. If you send the data package with all the maps turned on, the end user device that you're sending to could struggle to render. Typically, you don't need all the maps turned on anyway. All right, so let's hit the Save button. And this will save this data package just as it is. All right, it's all compressed. You can see that the Save button went away. And now we're ready to send it to other users. To send the data package to other users, we first have to get back to the data package list. I'll get to my data package and I'll hit Send. You notice a pop-up below that says I can't send this data package because it's above 20 megabytes. Let's adjust that now. Overflow menu, go to Settings, click on File Transfer Max Size. I'm going to change that from 20 to 2000. Go back and back to our data package list. Now that we've adjusted the max file transfer size, we can click Send. We have 4 options here: Contact, Select Server, Choose App, and Export. Let's click on Contact. The contact list on the left shows all users you're connected to. You could be connected to these users via a TAC server or peer-to-peer. First, let's talk about TAC server. A TAC server is middleware that allows devices on different networks to connect to each other. As an example, my tablet that I'm filming on is connected to Wi-Fi. The contact you see listed here, CA-COR-AJ-N20, is my Note 20 phone. It's out in the field, connected to LTE. Although we're on different networks, we're both connected to the TAC server and we can see each other. I'm able to send data back and forth through the TAC server. Peer-to-peer is another way ATAC users can connect to each other. In this scenario, the tablet I'm filming on is connected to Wi-Fi. I've disabled all TAC server connections. The Note 20 device you see in the contact list is also on that same Wi-Fi, and I've disconnected all TAC server connections. The devices are seeing each other over the Wi-Fi network. Most Wi-Fi routers have a feature called multicast, which is enabled on them. ATAC takes advantage of multicast and allows devices to see each other and pass data. Now I'll send this Mosquito data package over the Wi-Fi network to the Note 20 device. You can see that the file share transfer was complete over the peer-to-peer network. The second option to send a data package or share a data package is through a server. I'm going to choose Select Server. You can see the 3 TAC servers I'm connected to. We'll use the Team Connect server as an example. I'll select Team Connect. It's going to share this data package to the server. And you can see in the message here I have that it's uploaded this data package to the server. This allows other users connected to the server to download that data package from the particular server. I have a separate video on how to download and import data from a TAC server. The third option for sharing data packages is through the Choose App function. I click on Choose App and it opens up all the file sharing options that I have on my device. You can see at the top I've got Google Drive, Box.com, Dropbox, even email. Let's click on the Google Drive and check that out more. It opens up the Google Drive. It has a data package at the top and it goes to the last folder that I had chosen. I can browse my folders. So I can see I can go to my ATAC mapping folder, go to my 2022 incidents. I could go up all the way to my Skeeto folder, to my current date, and hit select. I hit save, and it prepares this data package to be sent to Google Drive. If I scroll down from the top, I can see the status as it's uploading. Another great option in the Choose Apps function is using Android's Nearby Share. This allows you to share data over Wi-Fi or other devices in Bluetooth range. I'll click Nearby Share. My phone is nearby, and I get a pop-up message. I click on my phone, and I can see my phone pops up here as a device to share to. Click on that. On my phone, it's off screen. I accept. And now my tablet is sending this data package to my phone using this Android Nearby Share feature. An important thing to remember when receiving a data package via Android Nearby Share is that it automatically doesn't get sent into ATAC. It actually goes to your downloads folder on the device. You'll need to use the import function at ATAC to bring in that data package. I'll cover that now. Click on your overflow menu and go to import. Click on local SD, and this goes to the last folder you browse to. In this case, it's automatically on downloads. If it's not on downloads, go to the phone icon on the left, scroll to download. Then click on date. This will show the most recent file on top. You can see the Mosquito data package is on top. I'll select it and hit OK. I'll choose data package. And now it's going to bring in the data package that just got sent to me via Android Nearby Share. I'll click on data package list, and you can see it's there. The last option on here for sending a data package is using the export function. Click on export. It compresses the data package and puts it in the ATAC directory in the export folder. This does remove it from the data package list. I can't think of any reason why you would use this, but I did want to cover it. I hope this video was a helpful demonstration on how you can build your own Wildfire data packages using your Android device and the different methods for sharing them. Thanks for watching.